This little girl found herself inside a bitter gourd. The giant next to her picked it up, ready to eat it, unaware of her presence. Just then, an old giant caught sight of the little girl scratching her butt inside the vegetable. Alarmed, he quickly stopped the other giant and said firmly, "You can't eat this kind of junk food. Only eating humans can match your giant status." Hearing this, the giant nodded and tossed away the bitter gourd. "Makes sense," he muttered. He was just about to pick it back up when the wise old giant handed him a green drink of his own. Satisfied, the giant walked away, not forgetting to mock, "You're an insult to child labor." After he left, the old giant gently picked up the discarded bitter gourd. Out crawled the frightened little girl, messy and shaken. Seeing her like that, the old giant chuckled softly. He took her in, gave her a hot bath, and dressed her in warm clothes. Then he laid a blanket for her in the cave. Curious about her surroundings, the little girl wandered to the next tree hole and was stunned. It was filled with colorful, glowing bottles. The old giant explained gently, "These are dreams I've captured. It's my job. Every nightfall, I go out to collect beautiful dreams, and with this special horn, I blow them to every lonely person." Because the little girl had discovered his secret, he had no choice but to bring her with him. Now she too was eager to go out and dream. She begged the old giant to take her along, and finally, with a sigh, he agreed. As they journeyed through the sleeping land, countless giants lay sprawled out across the ground. The old giant tread carefully, weaving through their enormous bodies. But despite his caution, one of the giants woke up and grabbed him, annoyed that his rest had been disturbed. He threw the old giant onto a truck. Another giant, wearing a helmet, jumped into the truck and sent it rushing down the mountain. "We're going to crash," someone yelled. The little girl, thinking fast, grabbed the steering wheel with all her strength and narrowly avoided disaster. The helmet giant was struck and thrown down. His hands were all that could be seen as he fell pitifully. Just as the angry giant prepared to punish the old man, lightning cracked in the sky and heavy rain poured down. The giants raised their umbrellas to shield themselves, and in that moment, the old giant snuck the little girl back to safety and hid her. But it didn't last long. The helmet giant, leading the others, stormed into the residence, demanding that the old giant hand over the human. They smashed bottle after bottle, releasing the precious dreams into the air, trying to track her scent. The little girl stayed hidden, trembling. The old man, heart heavy with guilt, grabbed a super torch and blasted the intruders out of the house. At last they were safe, but not for long. The little girl knew they couldn't just sit and wait. Staring at an image of the Queen of England on the wall, an idea sparked in her mind. A perfect plan. They would give the old man a nightmare and send that nightmare straight to the Queen. A terrifying dream, filled with images of endless troops, horrifying meat giants, and countless children being devoured. The little girl and the old giant were there too, helpless within the dream. That night, the old giant crept to the Queen's window and carefully blew the nightmare into her room. Startled, the Queen awoke in a sweat. The little girl stood at her window and declared, "Everything you saw was real." The Queen, shaken but alert, immediately summoned the army. Before the final mission, the old giant prepared a super nightmare that would paralyze the enemy giants. But as they got ready to release it, the giants discovered their plan. Without hesitation, the little girl smashed the dream bottle to the ground. The nightmare swirled up into the giants' noses, disabling them temporarily. Just as one of the giants lunged to grab her, the old giant stepped in, shielding her. He was caught and lifted into the air, the enemy readying a powerful blow. At that exact moment, a helicopter roared in. A rope shot out and tied up the giant mid-swing. One by one, the giants were captured and flown away to an uninhabited island. As the helicopter flew over the land, it dropped countless bitter melon seeds. From now on, those giants would have only bitter gourds to live on, forever reminded of the day they were defeated by a little girl, a kind-hearted giant, and a bottle full of dreams.